Hey everybody, Aeredor here. Another Designing with Aeredor episode. Hopefully this has been fun for everybody, seeing this garden take shape. I'm happy to explain a couple more things today with what I've done on the east side and also on the west side over here. So again, this is all based around the Botania mod, which is what all these sparkling flowers are from. The trees are not; those are from various things. That one's from Biomes of Plenty. The Jacaranda, the big purple one here, also from Biomes of Plenty. And the centerpiece is the Apothecary and the Pure Daisy over here. And then over here, I've got set up my mana spreader, and then it's connected to this mana pool. And we've got a little bit of mana in there. It just kind of looks like some shimmering water, I suppose. But I do not have my Wand of the Forest, so let me grab that. Right, there it is. So this is kind of the user's, players, there we go, players tool. Let me turn those sounds off. Alright. So when I got the Wand of the Forest, you can see that this extra little beam, and that just shows that this mana spreader is linked to the mana pool. And so, and then we can get actually an update when we right-click them to see how much is in there. So there's like 1 pixel of mana, and I don't know why that's partially green, but I did make a couple of day blooms and put them right next to them, and that's what got the mana spreader filled up to, or rather, sending mana to the mana pool. So the day bloom will make 2 more, 2, 3, 4 of those, and 2 blue ones. We'll get some more seeds, and we'll need the water bucket. For some unknown reason, it only 1 flower per water, which I have to do now. Okay, let me go fill up the water bucket. And okay, so the way this works is we throw in an orange, a blue, and 2 yellows. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my drop item key there. And then we can see them floating in there, which is pretty cool. Oh, neat. Tells us the recipe. That's handy. And yeah, so that works. And then we'll throw seeds in there, and poof, we get a day bloom. Passive generating flower. Apparently we need more water. Right click with an empty hand to add back the last recipe. That's exactly what I want to do. Hot dog, look at that. Alright, seeds. 2 day blooms. That was nice and fast. Alright, let's get some more water. I do, I think I just need to set up an infinite, not an infinite spring, but I need to set up a dispenser of sorts underneath this. I don't know how to do that, so I'm going to have to look it up, but I hear that this thing can be automated, so that whenever it's empty, it can fill itself up again. So, with the day blooms in hand, we're going to put them around the mana spreader. These things don't last forever, they last for, surprisingly enough, a day. So, ooh, and that looks different. Wait, what? Why can I see that? I don't have the wand in my... Oh well, anyway. So yeah, so that's going to fill up, and that's going to be good. The other thing I did was I ripped up the whole staircase down here, and just before I started recording, I finally figured out how to do this without wrecking the... let's see. Let's get rid of these real quick. Finally figured out how to do this without wrecking the look of the better grass on the sides. That's Optifine's version. And so, oh man, I had this coming down at an angle. I had this just doing all kinds of things. Nothing was working so that I didn't see any of the brown texture with the green on top up here. So finally I just decided I needed to make this path hug the corner here more closely, so I'm going to have to get creative with this, which is fine, that's what I like to do. And now it's just a straight staircase. Honestly, I love the fact that this is now a straight staircase. I just have to figure out what to do with this corner in terms of flowers, and I already put some of the bushes down here, so we'll see if that works out. And then I was just finishing this up, checking my my pattern for my good width of a path, which I can share with you guys. It's I make it 3 wide, and then whenever there are bends in the path, I feel like I'm skipping beats here. Recording is going okay. It's just a little bit jittery. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, just some frame rate, I guess. Rocking a good 53, not bad. Thank you, Optifine. So 3 wide, and then whenever there's a corner, as long as I have 2 diagonal ones apart from each other, that's kind of wide enough for me. So this is a really wide path. It's like 9 feet, 3 meters wide. So it's a really wide road, which is why these are only 1. You know, that's plenty of space for a person to walk on, right? Let's get the wrong camera angle there. Yep, plenty of space. Look at my goofy armor. Alright, let's not look at my goofy armor. Just wearing old stuff out. And then we can get some better stuff. So yeah, so I've got the grass here, and then there's a diagonal block here. Here, I'll paint it with the dirt. How about that? So grass, and then 2 diagonal blocks, and then grass. And to me, that's perfect. That gives me a nice... the other way to think about it is that there's a 3x3 here. And so there's never anything but a 3x3. There's nothing smaller than that. Give me a second. I'm listening to my baby monitor. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're good. Just had to take a listen real quick, see if my kiddo woke up. It was his 3rd birthday. What day is it? Tuesday. Yesterday. Just yesterday. Man, it's been a long weekend. Yeah, 3rd birthday yesterday. Lots of fun. He's tons of fun to hang out with. I love his personality and his imagination and all that stuff. It inspires me. So, happy to tell you more about him. So I'm just going to get this path underway here. So this is an example where this doesn't work out. So I've got grass here, 2 diagonal blocks, and then the grass is here, but the diagonal blocks shouldn't touch any other grass. So we need to make this into the path. So we'll do that. And now, what do we do with this one? Okay, I don't want to get rid of that. I kind of like that corner there. So diagonal block, so that needs to be the path. And we've connected it again. What a relief. Cool. So I have a couple of plans for this. I know I'm still working on the garden behind me at the moment, but my plans for this are... Okay. My plans for this are to dig into the bottom here, and what we'd find if we go in here just a little bit is this is actually I'm not sure I want to break this. Let's whatever, we'll try it. Okay, yeah, not a bad spot. So this is my basement down here. Yeah, I was hoping I didn't knock the lantern off. So my basement is right here, and this would be a great place for like a little window of sorts. We can break that one, and we can get down here. So yeah, so I think we'd be able to see out if there's like a 1 wide or maybe even a 2 wide window there. We'd be able to see out from the basement, which would be pretty awesome, and it would give us something more to look out over here. So there would be a nice window underneath that would just kind of add some more character to the underside of this, because right now this is pretty boring. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. I may even, well, I know I'm going to mess with all of the plants and stuff down here. I'll probably fix some of the blinds somehow. What I did over the door was the vines, if you saw, I think it was the first episode I put up on YouTube, but the vines were hanging all the way down to the stairs, and that was getting really obnoxious, because I you know, I just have to punch them when I go through here, or I just walk through with fines in the face, you know, like that. But that's not good for video. So what I did was I put a little bit of a trim on there, just a little micro block, just to block it. It's just at the top of the stairs. Actually, I think it's kind of a neat effect anyway. It's the same sort of thing I've got running around the entire base, the baseboard essentially, of the house. And so that just kind of adds a little bit more depth. It actually comes out a little bit onto this block, so I can't actually put anything right up against the wall, which is good. But that's obviously only here on the stairs, not on the logs. That didn't look good. I tried that a couple of different ways and I never got it to look good. It's also not up against the marble. I don't remember if that was intentional or not, or if I just forgot when I was redoing the living room. But yeah, so that's up there to stop the vine, so I'll have to do some more of that sort of thing outside. But I'm now reminded that I've been wanting to give everybody a tour of this place for quite some time now. So, you've kind of all seen it before, but this is the kitchen. I designed this with a Tudor style interior, which has the exposed timbers. It also has usually white walls and white ceiling, unless the ceiling is, you know, also, or just all exposed timbers, but lots of dark and light, high contrast sort of colors. So that's what we've got. We've got the big logs for you know, exposed timbers for the wall supports, and then for the ceiling supports we've got these are just micro blocks, but this is spruce wood cut up into planks, and then the walls are actually marble. Wool had too much, or white wool had too much of a texture to it, and the marble also let us put it in this paneling with chisel, which is awesome. I really like that. And so basically what I have is I have this sort of theme throughout the whole house. The windows, or actually the windows and the walls, or the doorways, are all the same marble dropped down from the ceiling, and then the planks just exposed, and the planks, you know, for more timbers, that timber look rather, and they're always one or more lower than the timbers, the exposed timbers. So you're going to see the roof, or the ceiling height, excuse me, the ceiling height drop as we go down the stairs, which is also a factor of the shape of the mountain over top. Let's see. So yes, I'm also slowly trying to get rid of all the torches. Torches don't really belong in a house because that is an open flame next to wood, which causes fire. So that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm trying to change that. So in here, I've got some recessed lighting. Under the timbers in the ceiling, I've got marble covers, which are just more micro blocks. Oh, I exposed the whole thing there. That's fine. That's what I wanted to show you. So they're just very small covers. They're very thin, and they just lay on top of the ceiling, so that everywhere we go, there's just this one little thin layer of marble on the top. That was initially kind of just functional because I didn't have enough space above the ceiling to put a whole marble block, but here it actually came in handy because I got to recess the lighting in there. And so those are just redstone lamps, and you saw the lever that I exposed there, keeping the redstone lamps on. The other lighting situation is, well, forget that. The other, because that's probably going to change. The other lighting situation are these light gray lanterns, also kind of in the Tudor style. The sort of outdoor look of lanterns used inside, which I thought was pretty neat, and it gave me a reason to use these lanterns. They're inverted, which means they've got their own redstone signal, and they're on all the time. It's actually the same thing that I had in the first design episode in the garden that I have since taken out. So these provide a decent light source, and also they don't flicker like the torches, and they also have kind of well, it's a little bit more of a sterile color. I don't feel like the torches and that have a different color when I'm looking at it right now, but if it's a whole room lit up with torches, it feels a little bit warmer than these. These look a little bit more white. I don't know, it might just be me, but forgot about the drying rack. I have never used that. The other thing I've got in here, before I talk about the cabinets and junk, is I've got a backsplash with more micro blocks, covers again of temple blocks. I don't know if I remember how to find that, or how to make that. It's a chisel, it's stone and blue dye. Okay, cool, and that makes temple blocks. Chisel came with a couple of new types, and so then I made bricks out of that to make this kind of like subway tile look, which I really like. Stove, with all that stuff. All of this stuff that has like way too much detail for normal Minecraft is all DecoCraft. All of it. I'm on the fence about how much I like this. I think it might be too much detail for Minecraft. This is the bench that you make stuff out of. You can just pick from the list of all these things that are, again, way too detailed for Minecraft. But what I had in here originally was, I don't think I have it left over anywhere else. No, these are all kind of, actually, this is a decent example. Makeshift sort of cabinetry and stuff out of the planks. It actually didn't look too unlike this wall paneling there. All throughout here with a micro block cover of granite on top. That looked okay. The granite was kind of orangish, which I didn't like, so I switched to marble, and that wasn't too bad. And then up top I actually had display cases. Nope, what's it called? I thought that was the name of it. Actually, we can look it up with spruce. Yeah, there aren't too many. I don't see it. Oh, very strange. Well, anyway, there was it wasn't the drawers. It was something else where it gave me a display case of sorts. It might have been dark oak. Nope, same things. Alright, well, anyway. There was a neat sort of display case thing that looked kind of like these glass ones here. That you could actually put an item in it, and then it would show through the display case, which is pretty cool. These don't do that. So then I started playing with DecoCraft because I just wanted to see how far I could take it, and this is pretty much as far as I could take it. These are all end cabinets with little overhangs. There's like a bunch of drawers. There's a sink with freaking working water of all things. That's a regular iron furnace that I use to cook shellfish, of course. I guess the coolest thing about all of these is that they actually do store stuff. So I have all of my food in here, somewhat organized, not in a way that I can ever kind of keep track of, just because there's so much. These display sorts of shelves are just jungle wood, which is the closest I could match to that. And these are actually functional, and you can put stuff there, and that's cool. What's that from? Bibliocraft. Very cool mod. So I got all of the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff up here. Mortar and pestle, and the mixing bowls, and all that stuff. Bakeware, all the pots and pans. Tap in the microphone. Where's the microphone? Oh, goodness. I've probably been pretty muffled. Okay, that's better. I need a new headset mic. I know that. It's noisy, and it doesn't pick me up very well. So I've been looking around. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment and let me know what you would pick. Up here I've got more trim kind of around the top of cabinets, as you're likely to see in some fancier houses. Jungle wood again, kind of the closest that matches. I try to ignore that because it did not turn out very well. I'm going to revisit that at some point. And still more storage all down here in the lower cabinets. So it's pretty cool. This one I just have all of my cooked food in here. That's where I get all my blueberry pie from. Yeah, there's no semblance of organization that I can keep track of. So yeah, so that's the kitchen. It's like I said, it's a little much for for Minecraft. It kind of bugs me when I stare at it too much, but when you're just like running through here, like, oh, let me go in the basement, and okay, I've got what I need from the basement, cool kitchen, let me just run through and go outside and do my normal thing. You kind of miss all the details, and it becomes much more tolerable. Is not the right word, but you get what I'm saying. So look at that. There's even a hood for the island over the oven. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, so that's what I've got right now. I might go back to the more normal sort of planks and things that are chiseled to look like cabinets. But for now, like I said, just kind of cool to play with, to see what the extent of what the possibilities are Minecraft-wise for a kitchen. So pretty cool. The living space here is kind of a big great room, right? Gathering space. The living space here is these are all micro blocks. I don't know why I picked blue, but I have a blue couch here, just like it's kind of a sectional thing, and then more seating. This is basalt. I never got back to raising this off the floor. I'm not sure I figured out how yet, but because this is only a half step. You can see it's the same height as the coffee table. Use your imagination. Is the same height as the couch. More micro blocks for the ends. I don't remember where I originally saw this. I've been doing this for a long time. The O's on the end. It's for. It was originally made for sending redstone cables through there, I think. So that's why we have that. But it makes a neat arm for the end of a chair. And then I've got some more micro block little end tables here. And I think that's pretty much it. These are lamps from DecoCraft, although I would like to replace them with the lanterns, probably on the wall. Oh, that's why I had to do the lamps, because, oh my goodness, I'm jumping all over my furniture. I had to do the lamps because I have no surface here to put a lantern on the wall, and this was too dark. So once I had one, then I needed 2 lamps. Obviously. Semi-functional tool rack, dining room, formal dining room, I should say. It's got more DecoCraft stuff. So it's got the plates and the chairs. The chairs are pretty neat. Even a wine glass. Another end table. I'm on the fence about that one, whether I like that. I put a flower pot in here. I don't remember where my flower went. I don't have anything on me that I could plant there. I think I had a little tree in there at some point, kind of like that one. Yeah, salt shakers, man. Crazy. So the top level here, the topmost level, has this white chisel panel on it that just kind of separates, the tall ceiling from, more of the sight line. So if we go over here, we see more of that same paneling behind the, the buffet, and then behind the table. Yes, this window is shorter. That's because this is meant to flow with the mountain, and so we've got the dining room has the best view of the garden, but it's also a very small room, so that's why this is the dining room. And then, so let me back up again so we can get reoriented. Front door, kitchen, dining room. Let's take a right. We go into an unused room so far, and we see the next styling. We have the paneling, and then we have this wood paneling on the side. Marble paneling up level, wood paneling on the side. Eventually, you'll get used to the kind of pattern I have of the marble and then the wood, and then eventually it goes down to stone. But anyway, this is, call it a mudroom or something. I don't have it decked out yet. But this is that back door where we went and fought the thing. Go through these double doors, we get to the bedroom. I'll come back to that in a second, because down from here is the unfinished study. There's also study, reading area, sort of all that stuff all together. What is that? Thaumcraft. So same sort of style as the living room. That's not in a good spot. But yeah, so same style with the micro blocks, making the couches and also the coffee table things. So just seating for 50 in Minecraft, and eventually there will be bookshelves on the walls, and the enchanting table will be somewhere else, and we'll just have more bookshelves here. so that this can be actually, kind of a cool study. There are, I did have some fun when I had way too much time at an experience farm, and so I just started making some enchanted books. These have proved to be not very useful. Okay, fire protection 4 is pretty sweet, but lure, wrecking, unstable, sharpness is pretty awesome, right? Looting is cool, but knockback. It's like 50-50, whether these are actually any good, and it takes 30 levels to get them. So, yeah, this is not yet finished. So at some point, we're going to come back here and kind of redesign this room. It also still has the torches because I have not gotten around to putting in the recessed lighting. I think I can do that in here because I think I have. I don't think that's like farmland or anything for the garden up top. But if we need to, we can build up the roof so that we can put the recessed lighting in there. But that's a project for another day. So then we get to the back room. This goes back to a back porch that I want to expand around kind of the corner here. But the garden, again, is over there for your orientation. That is the study we were just looking at. On the other side of that is the dining room. So this great room here is to be determined still how I'm going to use it. It's too large for most purposes. So I've thought about splitting it in half, whether that's, kind of here. But then this just becomes a big hallway, so that's not really that helpful. So, I don't know, maybe more living space. I'm kind of out of ideas for what other rooms people have, unless I get, play more with DecoCraft and find, like a pool table. There was a piano that I highlighted, if you saw that a minute ago. And then through here, what do we normally have off the side of a large room but a bathroom, decked out, of course, in lots of DecoCraft stuff with a not functioning, thankfully, but, for real. Yeah, so much detail. Yes, and the sink does work-ish. You can't actually put any water in a bucket or anything, by the way, guys. Alright, and then so off the great room here is the bedroom, which I've put the bed in, but I've not gotten any further than that. I think it is actually nighttime, so while we're here, we'll just do a quick sleepy. And we do have another bathroom in here. This is a full bath with a with a mirror, of course. That's what this is. This is a mirror, and there's even a shower with the same subway tiles that we used before. There's a towel rack. Carpenter's awesome. So there's actually a glass door, so cool, and shower, pretty sweet. Little bench in the back. A microblock bench, one of the coolest benches I've ever made. I think that is so neat how it has the space behind it and under it, and it's like anchored with the block over here. So I'm going to be reusing this pattern all over the place. Very cool. So, great room, bedroom, and then we walked back through here. This was that mudroom thing, the back door. All the interior doors are open all the time. Actually, the only doors that there are in here are to the bedroom itself and the bathrooms. So, let's go in the basement real quick. But actually, let me check the recording time, which is awesome. So, marble paneling goes to wood paneling, and the wood paneling goes to this subway tile, gray. It's actually stone. Smooth stone and then chiseled into this awesome subway tile texture. This is one of my favorite textures from Chisel. I love it. So the whole basement is decked out in this stuff. So I kept the kind of halves, top half and lower half thing white, the lighter texture on the top, the darker texture on the bottom, and so we still see the wood paneling, but then we have a different texture above. The idea here is that marble is pretty heavy, but as we get down here, these walls have to support more and more weight above them, so they should feel heavier as we get down further into the into the basement, into the foundation of this large house. And in fact, we're actually supporting the whole mountain above us. In addition, as we go down into the lower basement here, where all the machinery and stuff is, we even get from these tiny small tiles to these large bricks, this is cobble chiseled into stone bricks. It's kind of a cheaty way to do these things, these stone bricks. It's a little bit different. Here, I'll show you real quick. It's a little bit different. The cobblestone chiseled texture is darker, a little rougher. This looks nice, but I actually like the high contrast down here because it makes it darker. So before I get carried away, I want to show you the basement here with my storage solution. I still have some chests to work out. The bees, the kind of random drops that I'm getting from monsters, and well, not from monsters, but just out of chests and stuff. No idea what to do with that. And then this is all the enchanted crap that I'm slowly using up. I made for the garden I had to make a silky item, and I wanted to make it out of tinkers so I could do auto repair. So that is almost constantly at full durability, which is awesome. So here's the storage solution down here. This level of the basement, this is the first basement. We were just up there talking about the dining room and the study and all that stuff. So the first level of the basement has most of my storage in it, where I've got the storage kind of juts out from the primary pattern that we've talked about, the light on top and the dark paneling on the bottom, juts out from that and then creates these kind of alcoves with the different things that I store down here. And this is most of the functional stuff that I have. There's actually still one more unfilled slot, which is this one. Don't know what that's going to be yet. It kind of depends on the machinery underneath. In general, this half of the storage is stuff that doesn't get used by industrial craft and build craft and things like that, and this half is. So all this stuff gets smelted and then returned to, you can see a little bit of the piping there behind there. This stuff gets pulled from here, smelted, and then returned to make these piles of ingots. Same thing over here. This is kind of the traditional Minecraft stuff with iron and gold. And then the things that make the most sense to me, copper and tin, they're kind of the most functional, I should say. Over here is all the really kind of lame stuff that I haven't really found much use for yet. Yellowite, aluminum, lead, and silver. They don't do much. So, and this is just kind of a grab bag of everything else. Very messy, and I might have to split these up a little bit, and that might be this third alcove here. So, so we've got limestone and marble, and so most of these are pretty full. Found tons of marble because I needed it for the upstairs, right? That has just thousands of marble blocks up there. Okay, maybe not thousands, hundreds of marble blocks up there. Dirt and gravel, kind of everything you get out of the ground, and you're wondering, man, how does he store all of his dirt in one little iron chest? Hopefully you've seen iron chest before. Forgot to point that out. Double chest here is the same as an iron chest. Iron chest just takes up one block. So, how do I store all this stuff in one chest? This guy right here. Triple compressed dirt from Extra Utilities. So each one of these 11 things is 729 dirt. That's right. I don't know how much this is. 64 times 9. It's a lot. Let me do that real quick. 64 times 9. 448. So this right here, these 3 times 9, I forgot the times 3. Whatever, 4, 12, 1300. This is about 1300 dirt, right? And so one of those is half of that. So that's like 1300 dirt right there, is in those two little blocks. So you can picture how many chests it would take to store all of that. There's also double compressed. There isn't actually a triple compressed in gravel, but there's double compressed gravel, and I got a ton of that. And that's how I can get all of the dirt into this. It's awesome. The alcoves are a furnace on the left, workbench on the right, and then we've got a different chiseled texture here just to kind of frame everything and to give the chests something to sit back in. And there is a lighting solution up here, which is just some torches, because that's cheap. In other places, there are actually glowstone elements, which are slightly brighter when I needed just another block of light. So over here, we've got the Minecraft stone variants with granite, andesite, and diorite. There's not much of this because it's all being used on those paths upstairs, or rather outside. So I don't even need an iron chest for that yet. Back here we've got obsidian, kind of all by itself. Good grief, I forgot how much of that I had. Oh, this is from, yeah, this is from carving out the, I don't think I've actually shown it on YouTube yet. It was in my first Twitch stream. I recorded it, but I didn't end up loading it to YouTube because the sound got messed up. And I talked about that a little bit in the first YouTube episode. I had to carve out this huge area for a darkroom mob spawner grinder thing. So yeah, just way too much obsidian, way too much time. Nether rack, I haven't actually done too much nether exploring. We're going to do that in a Aeredor versus the Minecraft GM episodes. We'll go to the nether and we'll get some more of this stuff. Not actually chiseled? Oh, that's chiseled. Yeah, I need more of that. And then the food blocks, seeds and such. There's more food down in the lower basement towards the machines, but this has the pumpkins and the watermelon in it. And then you've seen this before. This is the double alcove, kind of similar to that. Double-purposed alcove. Oh, no it's not, because that has the center pillar in it. Double alcove for the wood. I've got the saplings over here in a gold chest, which is one bigger than the iron chest. Iron is 6 by 9. Gold is 9 by 9, and then in the second column here, I have all the special wood logs. So this is the sacred oak from cutting down that horrendous sacred oak tree, way too big, and the redwood from hollowing out those giant redwood trees so I could build a staircase up to them. There's not that much of this, just because most of it was put back into that staircase. But the sacred oak, I took the whole thing down, so I have way too much of that. And then kind of everything else, including regular oak, all these other random things that you saw. And this is not, the list is 9 tall, but it's actually, what, 12 long, so just massive diamond chest there. So lots of wood, and then the special planks and things made out of special planks, and then oak planks and things made out of oak planks. So lots of fences from abandoned mine shafts. And then we've got, in this little alcove here, we've got kind of all the sort of stupid gems and flint and all that junk. All these things, the Thaumcraft stuff that I haven't used. Maybe when I use these, I'll be way more excited about these, but right now, these are right. This is already a gold chest, because I've just got way too much of this stuff. And also the quartz, which is already blocked up. Tons of flint, tons of lapis. And then these are the great gems. These are the diamonds, just loads of diamonds, loads of peridot. Not very many emeralds, but that's what the new mine is for. Lots of sapphire, lots of ruby. Yeah, delicious. Even lots of amber. So all the pretty gemstones are there. All the other stuff is here. Actually, I just saw that. I had never noticed that before. Cool. All right. This, as it might look, is coal. Just tons of coal. Lots of big blocks here. Surprisingly, this is still just a double chest, but that's just so everything's all together in this double wide space here. Torches. Here's the coal coke from the oven. Other things down here, but mostly just coal to use, and then the blocks. And this is actually pulled into the furnace below. Cobblestone, same thing here with, not just triple compressed resort, not just triple compressed in 11 stack or 11 of those, but 7 quadruple compressed cobblestone. Each one of those things is like a jillion double chests. It's awesome. So much cobble. Smooth stone, I don't have very much of that. But yeah, nice to have those two things together. Iron, I already showed you that. This has lots of rails, which is amazing because rails are really expensive when you have Railcraft installed. Rails from the abandoned mine shafts. Tons of iron. These things. I still have to make these oreberry bushes. I still have to make I had a dark room for these a while back so that they would grow and it would be automatically harvested. I did finally get that to work with the essence berry bushes, which are not in here. These are just the metals. And I'll show you that downstairs. But I still have to go back and do that again for those. Only these need a dark room. The essence berry bushes don't. Nothing super exciting here. Just more ore berries, more bushes. Bronze, all the alloys in here. Cobalt and aluminite. Oops, these are what my pickaxes are made out of. But anyway, more alcoves, more tons of redstone. Glowstones in there too, for lack of a better place. Need more sand. This is tricky to build because it just wants to collapse on you when you're building it. Same as the gravel over there. And the brick, I haven't done much with that either. I actually have this is actually a new window. I decided that this couldn't be an alcove because it was kind of the wrong size, but also that it wasn't deep enough, and so I'm like, hey, window. So this is kind of the model for the window that I said could be over there, under the kitchen, outside the garden. This is kind of what that might look like. So the glass recessed into this frame with the kind of layering around it and all that stuff. You get the idea. I did in the first video. You might have seen when I came down here that there were torches everywhere. Off camera, I went back and replaced them with these inverted gray lanterns, and in the ceiling there are a few light gray lanterns, trying to blend in a little bit more with the white ceiling. I can't recess this because this is the floor. Well, okay, not there. Oops. Let's see. Over here, because this is the floor above it, so there's no space to put in a glowstone or a redstone lantern or anything. And of course, wherever there's the wood paneling, I still have the trim around it. Yeah. So downstairs again. So 4th level. Down here, this is where all the machines are. This is very, very, very unfinished. It's still rough cut walls. This is just the floor above it. It's actually making a nice ceiling down here, and I have this kind of, again, light texture on the top, dark texture on the bottom. But the basic idea is rather than lots of alcoves down here, this is going to be like stuff connected to the machines. And even then, sometimes they won't be in the alcoves like this one. So this is connected to the essence berry farm right here, and if I click this button here, it delivers some coal downstairs to all the machines in the back, which will start collecting this. I have way too much of that stuff, so no need for that, but it also powers the automated farm that I have. This I showed on the Twitch stream, I think it was actually just last night. It was kind of, I ran it because I was getting short on carrots for the pigs. So I loaded the planter with carrots and then started running it. So it's going. Yeah, there it goes. It's kind of neat to see it kind of munch all the way down. The lighting solution down here is not great. I do, well, in this room, actually, I should say. These are just glowstone micro blocks. They're chiseled into a neon block, which is, well, it kind of looks exactly like that. It has a kind of an iron block texture to it, but that's what these are. These are little lighting strips along the side, along the top. If you've ever seen cove lighting, you can look that up in a hotel. I can give you an example of what it looks like. That's kind of what I was trying to do here. With this sort of idea, I wouldn't do it out of diorite, but once you get enough of this going on, you start to not be able to see the actual light. and in fact that creates this kind of recess up there, which is actually pretty cool to look at. So eventually, if if I decide that it won't kind of make me feel claustrophobic, I am going to go around and put an extra layer of this rock texture, or maybe actually the wood. The wood might actually look nice there too, this dark oak, below this to hide the cove lighting from view. But for now it's exposed as kind of this cable-ish thing running along the top, and it actually is lighting every single block on the floor. If I hit F7, there are no yellow X's. Cactus farm doesn't work with the saguaro cactuses. I just set this up yesterday. None of them have grown, and I don't think they ever will. A couple more alcoves down here. Look, still not finished. Still need a couple iron furnaces down here. But this is all the Minecraft mob drops, and this is all the extra stuff and the stuff that's derived from that. These are blocks of rotten flesh. Can you believe that? And they sound gross too. You gotta hear it. Gross. Splash. Nasty. So anyway, way too much iron flesh, way too much slime. All the wood, all the wool, string. Oh, string is not supposed to be there. Wool and dyes is supposed to be here. Okay, it's late, so my voice is getting weaker. You can't stack cactuses in there. So this is some Botania thing that I found. Maybe it will... Is it shimmering? Or is that just me walking? Yeah, weird. Just a rendering thing. Maybe we'll figure out what these are for when we keep working on the Botania garden upstairs, but just way too much cactus. Oh, there was one thing. Oh, that's right. I actually disconnected the power over there because this is like almost full. So now all the coal power just goes to this farm. One more thing in an unfinished room back here. Like I said, it's just all raw cut out of the mountain at this point, because we're way below the surface. Still haven't even finished framing this out, but this is I wanted to make sure that I always had enough of these gardens, and so I kind of sprinkled them in here, and they've all kind of spread a little bit. Yeah, the Pam's Harvestcraft gardens will spread on their own. You just have to give them some space, and so now I have a renewable source of those down here. The floor down here, unlike upstairs where it was this wood, again in the same theme of as we go further down, we need to have stronger materials for support. And so down here, underneath, well, ostensibly underneath all these giant pillars, or the pillars are going way down, whatever, is this limestone tile. Coke oven with this like kind of blast shield thing here, and then the machines, which are kind of uglying up the place. But coal connected to the coke oven cooks it, and then it becomes twice as effective. Gets loaded into the generator, and the generator powers the electric furnace and the macerator. Right now I've got it running on copper ore. So if I click this button, we get coal down here. And I know this is like, there are people with way more complicated machines than this. Yeah, I know. This is pretty rudimentary, but this is as far as I've gotten. I actually want your all help making this cooler and more functional. But goes down here and then auto sorts based on whether it's smelting things from that pile of aluminum and silver, lead, something else, and then the more useful ones, iron and copper and gold. I said useful and then I said gold. Oh well. Back here, Tinker's Construct Smeltery. This is how I make all the... It's not very big. I gotta expand it, but I gotta work on the walls first and dig them out. Look, I haven't even harvested everything yet. The tool station for that. And that's pretty much it down here. The only other thing is that this has been going for a long time, and I've used tons of coal coke, which generates this creosote oil, which is actually goes down into another level of the basement here. And so I've got these giant vats, essentially, of creosote oil, where it's getting pumped out of the center one, which goes upstairs, and into those ones on the side. Those are already full, so we just got to add, additional piles of tanks here as we keep going. So I am running out of time. The only other thing to show is that these tracks, those are all done through these access tunnels with, and this is Project Red transmission cables, so they can go really, really far, because that goes all the way to Goodyear's house. And then the blue line over here, I think it is, goes to the nether portal. So there's got access tunnels for all this stuff too. The floor down there is andesite, again, feeling like it needs to be a stronger material as we go further down. Not just cobblestone anymore, but actually this carved, or not even carved, but you know, andesite. That goes over to the emerald mine. Haven't put a track down yet. And then this is under the essence berry stuff. So, that's my place. I'm so glad I finally got to give everybody a tour. I didn't end up doing any design, but we talked about the designs. So this qualifies, and you know, let me know what you like about this, and let me know what else you'd like to see in the house as far as rooms go, machines in the basement, things for me to work on next. I'm digging the Britannia thing because it's not a machine right now, but I do want to get more complicated machines and get things running industrial craft wise. Oh, I never even showed the rest of the garden. I was just about to sign off. So I still need to finish this path, but what I did here was I created this little, well, sort of fountain, sort of waterfall thing, just a sort of reflecting pool for the house and for the center of the garden with a nice view out there. There will probably be a large tree out there sometime, sort of like we've got a giant redwood back there. But framed out in the diorite from the path. I might go marble with that. But for now it's diorite, and it is lighted, so there's actually a lighting solution down there. I provide lighting solutions, and then marble fences. Not my favorite, but good for now. Yeah, so this is cool. I like this. I've also been able to hide lighting in there, so I don't have to worry about torches being exposed. This is, oh, I dried up the water, whoops, dried up the water that was over here, and, or filled it in and then dug it out. So now it's all grass again, and then we're going to fill this in with water and probably connect it over to here, since these are just kind of separated lakes. Infinite spring, handy, and I'm still figuring out what to do over here. I already showed you the mana pool, so that's pretty much it. There is one other, man, this is getting to be a long episode, but this is the last thing, and then I should sign off, save and get rendering. There is an access tunnel back here. There's an experience farm down there with my zombie spawner. That's actually why we settled here, because the zombie spawner was right here. I don't know if you saw this door when we were down here, but if this helps connect things, essence berry farm, cactus farm, the flesh blocks. Yeah, so there's this door over here that I didn't go through before, which goes actually outside. So there's no extra door, just connected. Mines down there, and this cool little pool with the, then that's where that waterfall goes that's up top. There's always squid down here, but I don't mind. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you like in the comments. Like the video if this was cool, and we'll continue designing together. Thanks, everybody.